Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 8th of January. Almost got into February already. How time flies, eh? Right, looking at the euro dollar, and well, we've seen it run this early hours in the morning, running into the prior highs there. It seems that there's a sort of resistance point, that 14.79, somewhere in that region, 14.80 maybe. Yesterday saw us pushing all the way up there steadily and slowly, very slowly. Today, well, we've still got the weekly pivot below as a possible target. We've already gone through the daily pivot here. It's run through. S1's not far below. As I said, the weekly pivot is below as well. So we have possibilities of running into that sort of area, which is round about where the monthly pivot is there. So the full 114 area has a possibility. Not too sure if this morning we may just see a push continuation. As I said yesterday, we've seen the higher lows, higher highs adjust. It may just want to carry in that way in the short term. We'll see how it is post 8 o'clock. I think if it starts pushing above the daily pivot there, I may be looking on the longer side. Likewise, break through that 60-minute 50 opens the way to maybe a bigger correction back down towards the weekly pivot. Okay, that's the euro. Pound wise, so pound choppy as anything. Now there was comments coming out a short while ago on my news service. Sorry, I was just flicking back onto that in just a second. Now that was suggesting that the Irish Prime Minister had said that there was it's disappeared. Haha, it's gone off the news service altogether. It said a while ago. Now there you go. Was that false? There you go. I've kept it at 7:16. What is that? Is it still there? Oh no, it is there. Phew. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. Ireland Prime Minister, EU willing to give fresh written assurances on backstop ahead of the UK parliamentary vote. So there you go. So it may be a bit more positive data for the morning on the pound. We'll see. But for now, downward trend really prevails in the bigger picture. But in the short term, as with the euro, we're seeing this sort of rising price action and a weekly pivot below. So similar-ish picture. We're right on the daily pivot here. We're almost into the R1. Range yesterday was pretty tightish. What today? Well, starts breaking through the 34. Maybe just watch post 8 o'clock to see if we're going to move back towards that weekly pivot or the S1. It's messy at the moment. It looks weak. That was a weak movement up there by looks of things, and it may roll over. But just be aware: high lows, high highs. It may also come 8 o'clock continue to push onwards. Dollar yen. Well, this is the confusing one for the best of time. Well, that also pushed up yesterday instead of pushing down as it should really do. But this is just probably risk back on, so money can come out of the dollar yen, and it's been sitting there pretty much to the weekly, close to the weekly pivot. I don't know if it actually properly got it, missed it by a pip or two, but looking like it's got further upside at the moment. But makes it quite awkward to trade, as I said many a time recently, when it's become too much of a risk currency. Aussie dollar, well, that's run into its monthly pivot now. It didn't do too much in the way of range yesterday at all, and it's almost done that range on the way back down again. So, well, that's maybe answering my question from the weekly update and everything else in terms of whether we will be pushing on through. At the moment, it's looking soft, but a break of that could see, well, up to the 200 on the 4 hourly here. But if we start breaking through this area, we may see a bit more of a sustained rally over a few days. But for now, rolling over, little to be done on a daily basis on that. I mean, you can see how slow it was yesterday. Really not interested in it for a day trading currency at the moment. And the Canadian dollar is sort of similar. There's more swing. It may still have more downside here. Bigger correction to come, maybe down towards its daily 100. The oil price isn't flying up as quick as the Saudis would like. The $80 barrel is there is too much, even with them cutting. There's plenty of oil out there at the moment apparently, so we may peter off a little bit here, but for now, lower highs, lower lows, strength against, and it's sort of the combination of a slightly stronger oil price and a slightly weaker dollar here, and this we're seeing that. But intraday wise, it may get up there to the daily pivot at some point, but I wouldn't be looking to try and trade that personally. It's too unreliable in terms of its price action. So that's it today. And news wise today, we've got not a lot really. We've got trade balance in Australia and Canada, so very little in the way of news. For that, Australian data is already out and it was negative. The Canadian data is out at 1:30 this afternoon, but it's not a big mover anyway. Really, the big stuff starts coming out tomorrow, so it may be another one of those quiet days. Have a great one. Bye for now.